is the part of the service where we talk about living faith. And what I'd like to do is share with you guys some of my work and the thought processes that go into the work to understand the process of making them, to technically make them, and the ideas involved in that. So I'm going to share my screen, and then I'm going to show you some pieces and then read the ideas behind them. So there you go. You can see the work. And on the right-hand side of your screen, hopefully you see what I wrote about it, and I'll go ahead and read through that. There is a tension in our own mind between the left and the right. The left is interested in structure and order, separation and compartmentalization. The right is interested in the big picture, creativity, new ideas, pattern recognition. The left created these vessels out of the finest, most difficult porcelain I've worked with yet, built upon 30 years of practice and skill building. The right allowed the form to be created intuitively with more feeling than thought. I finished the surface with black and white splattered in a seemingly chaotic way, yet having some underlying pattern about its placement. The left and the right are inside of me. There are great benefits to the left's focus on order and structure, yet if that is all that there is, it can become boring and stagnant, repetitive and oppressive. The right's inclination towards beauty and wonder, lacking boundaries and taking it all in, can be so beautiful, but with no structure, simply degrades into disorder, chaos, and suffering. To think clearly and to live well, I must find balance between the left and right hemispheres of my mind. And these are my thoughts on politics. I thought I would bring this up today because we're in this political season. And maybe you've heard this before, that people that are right-handed typically are using the left hemisphere of their mind, which I talked about is much more skilled at language and mathematics and structure and order. And then the creative types use the left hand of their mind, or their left hand, which is associated with creative right hand thinking. And so that, the tension between the two allows me to create these types of pieces. And the reason I bring this up is because lately it's been bothering me, at least in the news. Each side is like evil intent is ascribed to each side politically, but I know so many people that love God and love other people and take care of other people and take care of themselves, and they're Democrats or they're Republicans. And I think there is a lot of misinformation and misunderstanding. And as the church, I believe that intellectual humility is definitely required during this time. And speaking of intellectual humility, I just recently read this this article that talks about it. And if you like, I can send you the link. It's pretty interesting. But this is just a paragraph from that. I'll read it, and then we'll move forward. This article says, a new study provides evidence that intellectual humility is related to how people perceive their political opponents. The research published in the Journal of Personality indicates that Americans who are humble about their level of knowledge are less likely to view people who disagree with them as morally or intellectually inferior. And I think what really sums all this up is that each of us, even our perceived enemy, is made in the image of the divine. And to hold that and to hold our assumptions loosely and to truly get to know people and where they're coming from is a wonderful first few steps towards peace. And blessed are the peacemakers, because they will be called the children of God. And that's who we are. So Those are my thoughts.
Well done, Ryan.